Hey guys, today we are at Hard Times Trailhead. It's right outside of Asheville. It's kind of cool. So I won the giveaway from the Harkin Home and Art and Bri, and Art emailed me and had a surprise gift. And I had 3 options, and the one I chose was to basically come here and meet him. We had a group, and nice to meet you guys. And we are basically doing a survival course. Art is teaching it, and he basically invited us out to come and join him as a surprise gift. So today we are going to hike the Hard Times Trailhead and learn a few survival tips. So come along and join us.
Learning survival is that it's not static. Basically, we kind of sometimes imagine like the survival expert is dropped in the woods and they just look around them and say start a fire with sticks. And I'll tell you, there are very few people on earth who can just grab stuff from a small area and start a fire with a primitive method. For example, a bow drill, which we're not even touching that today. That is a setup that it takes hours to days to get your setup, and then you would carry that with you. That's not just something you just make like that and start a fire.
What is that thing that you had when you did and it
flint
started?
Stick.
Yeah, that's a flint, and that's another example. That's if you don't have some sort of kit, you're going to have a really big challenge starting a fire with that method. So kind of interestingly, fire is it's almost, I'm not going to say, it's almost impossible to make a fire in the woods without a huge amount of preparation, like if you don't have matches. So along those lines, what I want to challenge y'all to do today, observe the woods more closely than you ever have. So we're going to move really slowly. Something else we're going to be doing as we go through the day, kind of back to fire starting, is we're going to be bringing some stuff with us as we go through the woods. So even starting a fire, like if I'm backpacking, I'll start, depending on the weather, several hours getting small stuff if I know I'm going to make a fire. Because again, especially when it's pretty wet like this, it's not too wet, it's a challenge to just grab stuff from one little area and build a fire. But if you gather for a few hours and just put stuff in your pockets or stuff in your backpack, you can easily start a fire. It is quite wet, so the challenge is, the other thing we're going to look for is everywhere we go today, we're just going to look at natural examples. When you're building a primitive shelter, it's just foolish to not use the natural environment. That's already things that are already there. It doesn't make sense. We could go right here and build a shelter, but it would take hours to build a shelter, especially a rainproof shelter. So when we do build a primitive shelter later in the day, we're going to find the ideal spot to do it. We're going to find a spot that's already half made, and hopefully it'll already be dry in the area. So basically, just to kind of give you an idea, we're going to walk about 15 minutes from here. We're going to work on the type of shelters you could carry with you. So we're going to do tarps. We'll work on knots at that point. We're going to work with the cheapest type of tarp you can use, which is just a sheet of plastic. And we're going to learn how to tie knots so that you can have a really solid shelter with that. And we'll work with plastic bags, talk about sleeping bags and emergency blankets, and then we'll do a primitive shelter. And then in between, we can get to any questions, but also we'll talk about kind of navigation, finding your way in the woods. And also, there's a couple other things that we can fit in. Hopefully we can make some cord or string, especially if anyone has interest in that. We will build a fire probably right before lunch and heat up some water. And we'll also gather some tea materials from the woods, and we can pick and make some tea. So let's proceed. These are young tulip poplars. I'm going to point out trees over and over. So those of you who want to learn them can learn them. And you see the large tulip poplar, the bark is much rougher. They typically grow really straight. Young tulip poplar. What you're going to do is go around your tree, and then you're going to take your short end, cross over, and go through that hole. And you're going to take the rope and keep going in the same direction, and go through the hole that's there. I'm going to show y'all again and over and in person. Here, let go. We're going to cross it, and we're just going halfway around, up through the loop. So when
Like when you first try your shoes. Right.
Yeah, we make a loop and go through here. And then you're going to keep coming around it.
Over, under,
And then you're going to stick your end through this
around the tree. Over, under. So we're learning how to do half
Try to review that again.
hitch knots.
Is everyone comfortable with
So
that?
you go over, under, around the tree, and then over, under, back through the hole to me. And then it's a slip knot, in a sense. And just like that, I've learned how to make my first knot.
Hand. Okay? So bend it and hold it. The hardest part about tying knots is actually getting the structure in your hands where you don't get confused and lost. So everyone get this. And what we're going to do is take our other end, and we're going to go, I'm going to hold this flat, so I'm going to refer to up and down. We're going to go up through this loop for just a few inches. And then we are going to go around, and we're going to bring our tail end up through that little loop there. I'm going to show each of you. So what we end up with is a knot that looks like this. Like seeing what will actually like really easy, like that. And then when you look at a piece of like this, it's like a dream. Pine needles and this that.
Did you bring a flint stick?
I have one. We can play with that, but anything you can just light like that, really, just with like one touch. it just makes, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. We can actually, if anyone wants to, it wasn't something I was gonna focus on a lot, but if anyone wants to, they can work with actually like a flex steel. And I have that. It's a little hard to do because it's kind of time intensive, and I have only one setup for it. So we can't, the mama bear is like in the same spot that she was the other day. If you look, you see the baby?
I see the baby.
We'll move away from here. So
Yes.
she won't come down with all of us here, but we're not we're not gonna go up and
Wow.
do you see her? Does everyone see her?
I see her. I don't think it comes from the trees though.
I don't either, and I think they're probably on the back side of that tree she's standing by. They'll just hold it, sit on it like this, and they're close. That's so crazy. You know,
Great art. Yes, take us back to the scene of crime. Wonderful.
That's the way to the spring.
no, we'll go up over this way. Are you thirsty?
No.
We're gonna fight the bear for water.
No.
So, I have seen this before with bears where they have like a really small little territory and they'll hang out in an area. And I guess that's what she's doing.
Oh, she's licking her chops.
Because I was literally saying,
She's looking at. Okay, no.
he was right there. Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll leave in just a second.
Yeah.
This is my top pick for a shelter. If I was gonna build a shelter,
Except for the bear being right there.
except for the bear, and it's because it's totally dry under this log. There's actually slabs to build with. We're
Oh,
not
right.
gonna do it. We were gonna do it. We're gonna move that way.
Yes.
So let's head like across to that little logging road, and then we'll take that logging road up that way.
So what? Okay, so lesson.
Yeah.
What if it comes this way? What do you do?
We're gonna all yell and basically stand our ground, and then start moving this way, and she won't. Yeah, let's go.
So hey guys, so this is the end of the adventure for the day.
It's currently snowing.
We're in the mountains over here near Asheville. It's been awesome.
Wow. That's so
Wow.
cool. Well,
we hiked the Bent Creek.
Bent Creek.
Bent
Hard
Creek.
Times Trailhead.
Yeah, the Hard Times Trailhead, Bent Creek. Awesome area to explore. I think we hiked like 4 miles.
Yeah, we got to meet Art of the Art and Bri Channel from YouTube. Met his daughter Grace, and there were, I think, about 6 other people here.
All super nice. It was great to kind of meet some other people and hike with other people, not
Yeah.
just us. You know, it was great.
It was interesting to do a group hike,
Yeah.
but not only hiking, but some survival tips. We learned how to tie 3 different knots. We learned how to build a fire. We were gonna do a primitive shelter, but what did we encounter?
We encountered a bear.
A bear with 4 baby cubs. Oh my God. that was
An
so
amazing black bear with 4 beautiful little cubs.
We were probably too close
We were
for
close.
comfort. I don't know how well the pictures turned out, but hopefully we'll have some really good ones. But we finally saw a bear. It was so exciting.
We saw a bear.
Thankfully we were with the group, so that probably helped keep us calm.
Yeah.
Had we been by ourselves and saw it, we might have reacted differently. I don't know. But it was such a fun day.
We had an amazing day. It was crazy weather too. The sun would come out, then it would snow, and then it would rain, and the sun would come back out, then it would snow again. It was cold, then it was warm. I mean, it was just like this crazy
It was an awesome day.
Awesome day. We really appreciate you guys coming along for our adventure.
If you want to check out more adventures though, you're gonna have to subscribe to our channel, and there's a bell, and if you hit that bell, it'll notify you every single time we upload a new video. So please consider following our journey and subscribing to our channel. But until next time, guys.
God bless.